Hello everyone, welcome to another ride on Tour de Zwift with the Everyday Zwifter. This ride we're doing the Big City Champs, which is stage 8, final stage, and doing the standard ride, which is around the Knickerbocker course in New York. A little bit down the starting list, so just putting in a few watts to move up a little bit at the start, but I've been away for the weekend and wanted to get a ride in on Sunday night, so here we are. Haven't done much of a warm-up. It's about 9 o'clock at night. It's a big race, this one. Got 1,013 riders on the course. So a bit worried that being 150th might be a bit far up. A bit close to all the A's and B graders. We'll see how we go. Just ride a bit within myself and not overdo it, and we should be right. Very short lead in, and then it's 22 kilometers to go. Lap 1 is underway. And the Knickerbocker course is quite an up and down route, quite hilly, not many flat spaces. But because there's elements of speed but elements of a lot of climbing, I have got the DT Swiss 62 wheels on this ride, which are a bit better for climbing than the Zip 454 ones that I often use. I've got the usual Cervelo S5 frame, which is a good all-rounder. Just ease back on the power a bit here because it wasn't feeling very good with not much of a warm-up. Only had about a 3-minute warm-up, so this is my warm-up. And yeah, I thought maybe the rest of the ride is going to be just nice and relaxed and slack, so I actually stopped recording. Then I got down to 6.9 kilometers here and thought, oh, maybe I'm feeling a bit better. Maybe I should record it just in case. I should know that by now, just in case, because things happen which are entertaining and interesting, so here we go. We've done most of the early hills and rollers. We're not too far off starting the King of the Mountain, the New York King of the Mountain, which is on the future roads which go up into the sky. So after our slow start, we are down in the 400s, early 400s. And I'm telling myself, well, if I can finish around place 400, then that's a good ride. With such a huge field there are just riders literally all over the course. And it's almost one continuous ribbon from head to toe. Minimap doesn't show that as clearly as it might, because you only see 150 riders. But believe me, there are plenty more behind. So here we go, we've started the climbing. Found a few more watts from the start and able to hold just over 3 watt/kilogram. Pick up a few places. I haven't ridden New York very much because I don't like how hilly it is. And I've just sort of started to notice that this climb is a series of ramps which might suit me. I don't like one continuous climb, so we'll see how we go. Just try and build a little speed before we hit the ramp, and then hold on. The road is just thick with people. There's people everywhere. Here's a second flat bit before we hit our next ramp. And I'm cottoning on to the idea that if I just bit up a bit of speed and hit it on this ramp, I might actually pick up a few places. Here we go, heading up to the mid 4s, early 5 watt a kilogram. Smash through this ramp. Gain a quick 20-30 places. Try and hold it together on the flat. Just follow wheels, stay in drafts. Get ready for the next one, but looking at the minimap, go, well, this looks like a longer one. I think we better take it a bit easy. But I really was surprised how quickly the places changed. But on this steeper, longer section, I'm starting to give some of them back again. Slightly flat a bit here, heading up to the next little ramp. I can see the top's coming, so I'm going to put some watts down just to crest. The fact that I'm able to maintain this pressure and these watts is quite a testament to actually having a good warm-up, because even though the first 6 kilometers were, they were rolling, but they're relatively flat, and they just felt so hard to keep up with everyone. And now that I'm warmed up, anything's possible. So, yes, warm-up's very important. But after those few ramps, legs are feeling it. Just dropping down the watts, try and get a little recovery and not drop too many places, but all of a sudden we're up to 310th now. One final ramp to go. Well, let's hit it. No, I got a bit enthusiastic here. Kicked it over 6 watt a kilogram for a minute. But it's working. Scored another 20-25 positions. Now I've just got to hold on. I really wanted to grab the wheels of those guys ahead so it could be in the draft on the way down again, but just couldn't give any more. With puffing and panting, just couldn't catch up. So when these two came through, I thought, well, jump on their wheel. Maybe as a group of 3, we will have a chance to catch up. So I chucked the aero down just to build the speed, but we got close for a second there, but then they're away again. Looking back now, I probably should have just super tucked the whole way down, recovered completely, and let this big group coming up behind me catch up and jump in their group. That would have been the smart play. Fortunately, I kept a bit of speed on here and was able to jump in with a bit of effort. Just hanging on. Nearly down the bottom of the last descent. Then we're back on tarmac roads. Just over halfway. 10.5 kilometres to go. (280th position, which I was very surprised I could get back up there after the slow start. Now the challenge is, can we keep it? First little hill, not too bad. Able to crest with the group. Get a bit excited though, shouldn't really go to the front, but double draft really helps cycle the group around as people were able to come through from behind. So we've got another bad sized group here, and we really are looking to catch up to the next lot of riders in front, tag onto them. They're a nice big group. They're pretty long and stretched out, so we're nice and compact, but it's not looking like we've got the speed to catch them at this moment. That's probably why they're so strung out, because they're going fast. Use a double draft to pull me through. Hit the front, try and catch into the draft of the rider in front. There we go. And the whole group can come through. Set our sights on the next group of 4, which is a group of 15. We should be able to pick them up. When you look at the mini-map and go, oh, I thought we were the hunters, but no, there's a big group coming up behind us. And just as we're about to gobble up this group, some big anaconda's coming up from behind and is going to gobble our group up. Here they come. Ooh, that's a big group. So I decided, oh, I'm going to have a quick rest, which actually turns out to be not a great idea. I should have tried a bit harder to stay near the front of the group. But anyway, I tuck in here, looking for a bit of shelter, bit of respite. Just trying to ride to the end of the race, and my new goal is now to get place 300, get in the top 300. There's still a way to go, 7.7 kilometres, and we've got all these series of hills and rollers around New York. And they're not pretty with gradients like this of 10%. Early on in the race, I decided to turn off the power graph at the bottom of the screen because I didn't want to know how badly I was doing, and I just didn't turn it on again. It's kind of good in a way because it helped me focus more on the riding than looking at the numbers. That was a hard hill and I'm dangling. This group seems to be getting away and I'm going to fall out of the draft. So sadly, I've got to let them go. My legs are feeling pretty cooked by this stage. Trying to hang on right at the tail of this group. Nearly back in the draft. Stretching away from the group behind, but it's not not looking good. Need the next hill to bunch everyone up again. But we're going down, not up, and it's going to stretch some more away from me. See you, everybody. So now we're in no man's land. I don't know where this group comes flying by, or I don't know if much hope of getting onto their wheel, so we'll just keep going my speed. My buddy decides he's going to try and catch on. But I'm not looking for anything so violent at this, don't want to accelerate so violently at this stage of the race. These two come through, no, it's still too quick. But then the next ones come through, they're a bit slower. Hang on, I think I might be able to mix in with these guys. But I'm not, as you can see by my lack of watts, I'm not convinced. We get to this downhill bit though, I thought, right, come on, get on the group. So we're on, even manage a few second super tuck here, which gives us a quick respite. Nice little hill, this one. Under 5 kilometers to go. Starting to dream of the finish. We're starting to, and we're wanting to really catch that group in front. Hit this little gradient which slows them up. We just keep the power on. Bridge. We're just using our super tuck fuel to try and get onto this group again. Reclaim some of those positions that we lost. It's actually working. You might see some familiar names from earlier in the race, from 10k ago, even 5 kilometers ago. You can see there's still one huge single file almost line of riders, so groups come, groups go, and they all break up again going downhill. Here's our new group. This is a hard bit, just trying to hold the wheels. I can feel myself slipping back slowly. because it's getting close to the finish though, and I can see the group further up in front. And flattening off, just up the watts a bit and get back on the wheels of these guys. It's funny how sometimes you got it and sometimes you don't. Just got to keep trying. Find ways to let your legs recover on those downhills and crank it on the uphills. Sit in the draft as much as you can. Pretty happy with the wheel choice though. The bike seemed to ride fairly well apart from what my legs could offer. They were the limiting factor, and I was also, heart rate was up pretty high, so huffing and puffing a bit, trying to get oxygen around the system. Starting to get motivated by the finish now. It's only 2.3 kilometres to go. While I'm staying in the draft as much as possible, I'm also starting to get motivated to try and pick up a few positions here or there. So I've got quite a decent little blob going on at the moment. And from somewhere I found a bit of watts, and this couple of riders are coming through at speed. So I thought I'd put down a few extra. Catch this guy, ride through his draft, see if we can't shoot on through to the next couple of riders. Keep the power on. Another one, go through their draft. The group's catching on, coming through my draft, and that's the way. So 1 kilometre to go, we're swarming towards the finish. Now I'm just going to sit back in the draft, try and recover a little bit for the finish of the sprint. Of course, nothing flat still. It's all up and down all the way to the finish. It's on a bit of an uphill to finish, so it's going to require some effort and some patience. Got to be careful not to dangle too far out the back, because the group will take off at any given point. So just upping some watts coming over this hill. 400 metres to go, it's time to get moving. Sitting around 5 watts a kilo, starting to come through the group, getting ready to sprint. Coming through, 250 metres, and this guy at the front sprinting, and I'm rolling through onto his wheel, which is just perfect. Following in the draft. And then it's time to go, 100 metres. Sprint as fast as we can, hit 10 watt a kilo for a couple of seconds. We are flying through, and I think we end up about 299th or something, maybe 300th, which is very unexpected. I didn't expect to catch up so many people in the end. But yeah, absolutely, yeah, absolutely worn out. And if you saw what cabin cycling looked like, that's what I look like as well. I'll have to set up a camera one of these rides and share the love. So yeah, definitely I think an all-rounder bike choice on this route. The DT6 wheels are good because they're fairly light, good climbers, but also good for the rolling hills as well. Definitely helpful to stay in the draft in these rides with the double draft. one more ride for me to go. I think I've got to make up stage 5. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed that. And I hope to see you out there on Zwift soon. Catch you later.